Hey, one and all. I have been mostly silent this last year. And when I have spoke, it's been bold, strong, but mostly silent. And I am wanting to change that. And I am going to be changing that. I want to update you a little bit on personally what is happening and going on with me. But also I'm just wanting to also tell you that I am beginning to talk and I want to talk. But first of all, I just want to share with you, I have some health issues. So I was born with what they call a bicuspid valve in my aorta. And what that means is I have two leaflets on my valve where if you don't have this issue, you have three. I was born with it, found out when I was 41, and they told me many people don't ever have an issue with this, and but you might. So let's keep an eye on it. And so periodically, I've gotten an echocardiogram on it, and when I was in Brazil, I got one, and so I just happened to go to a friend's son's wedding this last spring, and I met a heart valve specialist. I said, "Hey man, I got a bicuspid valve." And so he said, "Well, here's my card. Come on in and we'll just check it out for you." Long story short, my aorta valve is heavily diseased. And that means I got severe aortic stenosis. So that means it needs to be replaced. And then there's also damage to my aorta. So long story short, in 3 weeks, I will be having a open heart surgery. And so they will be going in, replacing my valve, and then also repairing my aorta. And so you might ask, Dwayne, why are you going public with this news? And then second point, what is taking you so long to talk? And so my first point is Jennifer and I have just had conversations where I think that some people are going to believe this is actually God's judgment on me, this issue of my health. And because word's going to get out, and I actually want to say, I don't believe that this is God's judgment. This has been by far the most intense, pressure-filled year of my life. There's not even a year that would even come close to comparing to this year for me personally, what the pressure this has been. So I do believe the pressure, stress has impacted and sped up perhaps this issue with my heart, but I don't believe it is God's judgment on me. I actually feel that I feel personally that I am in a place before the Lord where I am happy. I've hated that I've had to say what I've said this year, but I also, at night, I feel before God that I have done what I have supposed to have done. And with that said, I'm not happy I had to say it. I'm not happy. I'm not joyous for the situation, but I feel my posture throughout this year has been walk with the fear of the Lord on my life. And second point, I am hoping that I can share soon very clear. I want to be very clear on my thoughts, my opinions, and then also to this process and speak to why it has taken so long for myself and then others to speak clearly and just speak to the situation that we've all been in, walking through and trying to figure out. I want to speak very clear and very also boldly and give my personal perspective and opinions. And this is a heartbreaking season for the body of Christ. We're all being sobered by it. We're all being shaken by it. But I am confident that actually God is in control. It's devastating. It's had a significant impact. But I believe actually this storm that is upon the church right now, it is actually being led by God. And God is talking to us. I have lots to say, and I will say it, and hopefully I'll say it soon. But I'll keep you guys updated even on my health and this process. Much grace, and I'm praying that the hope of Christ will settle many, many of your hearts, for the gospel is the only way forward in this hour. Much grace to you all.